And it looks like we have started. Good morning, everybody. This is Ralph with the Home Freedom Alliance here. And want to talk about the pros and cons of building a business that you love, pros and cons of doing what you love, as opposed to doing something that you hate. Now, for years, I've been following a variety of different entrepreneurs. And some say, build a business that you love. Get paid to do what you love. And I've always resonated with that advice. Why not? If you're going to go through the trouble of trying to build up your own home-based business, why not build a business that you love as opposed to building up a business that you are just going to hate? Never do something just because the money is good. Do it because you love doing it and you know a way to make the money good. So, to me, that is the superior way to go about things. But I've followed a number of famous entrepreneurs who would disagree with that. And heard one guy say, I love to eat, but I have never gotten paid. I've never found a way for people to pay me to just sit around and eat. And it's like Napoleon Hill's statement, your only limits are in your mind and in your imagination. And to me, that statement shows a lack of imagination. Do you remember back a few years ago, a TV show called Man versus Food? Had this big guy, and they paid him to eat. I forget what was it, the Learning Channel, something like that. This was years ago. But yeah, Man versus Food, and they made a whole series around this. Can this guy eat a dozen pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, pizza supremes? Let's find out. Man versus Food. And what's really weird is that about the same time that show was popular, my wife was surfing YouTube, and she found a YouTube channel made by this one girl, I think in Japan, and she made a YouTube channel just built around her eating the foods that she loved. And she monetized that channel. So yeah, she was getting paid to eating foods that she loved. And it's like, man, my wife was showing me one video of hers where she was sitting down and eating a gallon of ice cream. And this was a time when I was trying to give up sugar for my diet, for my health. And my wife was showing me videos of this pretty girl eating a gallon of ice cream. It's like, wow, honey, that is so wrong for me on so many levels. I can't even begin right now. But yeah, she monetized that. Other people have monetized things like that. There was another guy, a guy that had his own travel blog, and he and his family would travel to a lot of different exotic locations. They had cameras, they would write stories, and a big part of that travel blog was them going to these restaurants in different countries, eating exotic food. They'd set up their camera and they would record themselves eating the meal, talking to the waiter, kibitzing here and there. And it's like, yeah, they had monetized their blog, they had monetized their videos, they were getting paid to eat and to travel. They were getting paid to do what they love. So yeah, those people that say, I love to do this, I love to do that, but nobody's going to pay me for that, to me it just shows a very flawed lack of imagination. One saying I grew up with, a lot of guys in business would say, you can't get paid by just laying in bed. And my mom would laugh at that. I was too young to understand why, but today, I understand why. There are hundreds of thousands of webcam girls, webcam guys that get paid for lying in bed, among other things. So yeah, use your imagination. But now I would say, if you really are dedicated on building a business that you love, and you are willing to use a little bit of creative imagination to find a way to monetize it, and I would add honestly, legally, and ethically, then I think the sky's the limit. You can build a business that you love. But now, all that being said, I've come up with 3 pros and 3 cons around, building a business that you love. And first, I'm going to deal with the cons. Why would you not want to build a business that you love? Or why would you want to be careful about building a business that you love? Well, the first con I came up with is that it's easy to fall into the hobbyist mentality. The problem with building a business, doing something that you love, is the problem of a professional mindset versus a hobbyist mindset. You know how it is when you're building a hobby. You will do that thing even if it costs you money. My early days of coin collecting and stamp collecting, I would be collecting coins, be collecting silver, be collecting all kinds of stamps from around the world. And it was costing me money because I was wanting to collect all these things. I was not willing to part with any of these things. So yeah, I wasn't about to sell, but I would collect. But I mean, I would do it because I loved it. I love coins, I love silver, I love stamps, and yeah, it was just something I was willing to do, even at a cost to me. Now, when you're building a business like that, you're into dangerous territory. It's like, yeah, I love it, I would do it, even if nobody paid me to do it. I'm going to continue doing it, even if it's costing me money. But, eventually, you got to find a way to monetize that sucker if you want to earn a living from doing it. And so, yeah, you have to challenge that hobbyist mindset. I know a lot of people in the home-based business space that have spent decades working a business, well, actually working several businesses, because they really don't stick with one thing for very long. They just bounce from one thing to another, which is a whole other podcast in itself. But they really don't make money doing any of their home-based businesses, but they keep doing it because it's their hobby. They love it. It gives them something to do. They hobnob in these different communities around home-based business people, and they don't make any money, but I mean, they just love being a part of that community. They love being part of that whole industry. And even if they're not making money at it, they're having fun with it. And there's something to be said for that. But if you want to build a business that you can earn a living from, something where people are going to be paying you to stay at home, do what you love, you've got to break out of that hobbyist mentality. The other problem, the other con, the second con here, it's a challenge to monetize something that you love. Like the first example, nobody's going to pay me to eat ice cream, right? I love ice cream. I would love to get paid to eat Rocky Road ice cream, Neapolitan ice cream, maybe, flan, maybe some yogurt, yeah, I would love to build that up, but how do I monetize it? How do I get paid for doing that? And there are different ways that you can do that. You can be making YouTube videos, and then you can monetize those videos, and then over time start earning some money from the ad revenue. The problem is this is a lot easier said than done, especially if you got a small YouTube channel like mine. Right now, I've got 135 subscribers. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you. And I get excited every week. I log into my YouTube channel and I see 1 or 2 more people that have subscribed. It's like, wow, good. This beats 0. I started at 0. And but it takes time. I don't know how long it's going to take me to reach that 1,000 subscriber threshold that is required for monetization. And then on top of that, you've got to have so many hours of viewing. So it takes time to build all that up. If you are trapped in the short range goal mentality where you want to build all this up in a month, it's never going to happen. Probably never going to happen. Because, yeah, this is going to take some long-term commitment. More than just 30 days, more than just a couple of months, probably. Could take a year, maybe longer. But you have to have that long-term mentality. So, yeah, it is a challenge to monetize, but if you are dedicated to doing it, if you're willing to take the long-term approach, if you're willing to stick with it until you realize your dream, whether it takes you 6 months or 6 years, then it can be done. This is something stupid that I did, and I wasn't going to share it, but it's a learning experience, so I am going to share it here. I had a YouTube channel that I had built up dedicated around Hermeticism, something that I was deeply passionate about, Hermeticism and art. And I stuck with it for a couple of months, made a few videos, and it was going nowhere. So I thought, why am I even wasting my time on this? So I turned it off. I did nothing with that channel. And then a few years later, even without me adding videos to it, one of my previous videos had gone viral. And I looked and I had over 1,000 subscribers on that sucker. This is a channel that I started. I put a lot of time into in the beginning, got disappointed, walked away from it, didn't delete it, just walked away from it. And even without me doing anything, that channel took off because of one video that I did. And now I went back trying to see, hey, maybe I can monetize this sucker. Well, I built it using an old phone number. I built it using an old password that I can no longer remember. I built it using an old email address that I no longer have. So I have not been able to figure out how to recover that channel. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep on trying to recover that old channel. But yeah, it does go to show what can happen if you don't give up. If I hadn't given up on that channel, I would have had right now one channel that I could monetize for talking about something that I deeply love. And even if I can't figure out how to reclaim that old channel, I'm going to take that lesson that I've learned and apply it to this channel that I'm using right now on YouTube. And yeah, don't give up. Don't get disappointed. Don't walk away. It may take a couple of years, but once you get it done, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. So yeah, the third con is that it may lead to being not so fun. You know, when you start doing something and you think it's going to be a lot of fun, and then you find out, oh boy, you have to get up every day at a certain time and do it and be consistent because you've built up a viewership, you've built up an audience. And there's some mornings, even with a job that you love, where you wake up and you think, God, do I have to do that again today? Do I really have to go into work today? Do I have to? And for me, going into work is like, getting out of bed, throwing on a shirt, and turning on the camera. And yeah, I'm here. This is my home office, sitting on the edge of my bed in my bedroom with a screen in the back. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Don't have to travel very far at all. Just travel to the kitchen, get a cup of coffee. I'm set to go. But yeah, you may get to the point, and this happens with any business, whether you love it or hate it, it will get to the point where you think, do I really have to do this today? And so if you get into it again with a hobbyist mindset, and you're doing it so long as it's fun, And then it gets to the point where it's no longer fun. The temptation is to quit. But, you just have to figure out, okay, yes, I do have to do this. This is my business that I do love, that I want to keep it going. And even if I don't feel like doing it today, I am going to get up and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be faithful to my business. So yeah, 3 cons there that, why some people might not want to build a business that you love. Now, what about the pros to building a business that you love? The first pro, it's going to be easier to stick with a business that you love versus a business that you hate. If you're able to put a lot of love into your work, it's going to be a lot easier to stick with that because it's not going to be just a job. It's not going to be just an adventure. It's going to be your baby. I mean, this is something that you love, that you're taking care of, that you're trying to nurture and grow, and you're going to stick with that. You're not going to abandon it. So yeah, the biggest pro that I can think of is that it's easy to really stick with it long term if you're doing something that you love, as opposed to doing something that you hate just because the money's good or you think the money is going to be good. Second pro, it's easier to be enthusiastic about your business. And in enthusiasm will sell. Enthusiasm will show other people that, yeah, you care about your business. You care about this project. You care about your products and your services. You are really switched on when it comes to your business. People see that enthusiasm. They're going to want to follow you. They may even want to inquire as to what your business is. They may want to join you in a business. Now, if you get on camera, you get on YouTube, you come across as, yeah, it might make you money. It might not. Who cares? Affiliate link down below. Click it if you want to. Who cares? Bye. Are you going to make sales with that kind of an attitude? No. You won't make any sales. Somebody might feel sorry for you, might make one sale quite by accident, but most people, no, they're going to switch you off. They're not going to be very excited because you are not excited. So yeah, if you got a business that you love, you're going to have natural enthusiasm for that sucker. And when you're doing something that you love, it's going to show. It's going to show in your enthusiasm. You're just going to have an emotional energy that is impossible to fake. And that's attractive to so many people out there. So yeah, second pro, easy to be enthusiastic about a business that you love. And the last pro, promoting your business becomes a pleasure. It's not like, do I really have to send out an email blast at 5 o'clock today to promote this business? Do I really have to go live on Facebook today to promote this business? Do I really have to make a couple videos every day to promote this business? If it's something that you love, even the process of promoting that business is going to be something that you love. You can channel a lot of positive energy into that, and you can get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So yeah, last pro, it's easy to promote. Promotion becomes a pleasure when you're promoting something that you love and care about, rather than something that, you're just in it for the money. And that's it. Got no other emotional attachment. It's like, if they didn't pay me to do this stuff, I wouldn't freaking do it. But I'm doing it because the money's good, so join me in this business right here. Yeah, again, that attitude is not going to sell. Now, my last bit of advice here, my last tip is, if you can't figure out a way yet to get paid for doing what you love, because it is a challenge and it may take you some time. There are different ways that you can monetize. There are different ways that you can, get paid for doing what you love. ad promotions is one, building up your YouTube channel and monetizing it, monetizing your blog through AdSense, AdWords, stuff like that. Affiliate links is another way that you can monetize your blog. So, or your whatever, the next way you can get paid for doing what you love. So, yeah, but it takes time to figure this stuff out. So until you can figure out a way to really get paid for doing what you love what you get paid to do. This is a whole other mindset. A lot of people have jobs that they hate. A lot of people have jobs that suck. I've been there. There's a lot of jobs that's just very toxic. The managers are toxic. It's like they don't treat their employees like associates. They treat them like modern day wage slaves. And when you're working for minimum wage, it's easy to find bosses with that attitude. You are my slave. You are here to do my bidding. You are here for 3 hours. You need to do this. And if you don't do it, you're going to get your ass chewed. And yeah, it's hard to figure out a way to love that kind of a job, isn't it? Been there, done that. But if you're able to cultivate the right mindset, you're able to go into your job and actually find something about that job that you love and focus on what you love, it will give you a new kind of energy that you can put into your work. So yeah, if you can't get paid for doing what you love, or at least you haven't figured out a way to do it yet, then love what you get paid to do. Figure out a way to do that. And maybe if you have a really sucky job and you can't figure out a way to love what you do for a living, well, maybe that might motivate you all the more to figure out a way to monetize something that you really love, turn that into your perfect home-based business. Now, something that I love, and I'm flashing the affiliate link right down there. Yeah, right down there. ralphshomebiz.com. This is might as well say it's a university. They teach affiliate marketing, and it's led by heart-based leadership. These guys love what they do, really. And I love being a part of this community. And you can learn affiliate marketing even if you've never done it before. They teach you how to build online businesses. They make it easy for you to monetize this by paying out 80% recurring commissions on every qualified sale that you make. So yeah, if you want to learn affiliate marketing from enthusiastic teachers, from guys that really love what they do, from 7-figure earners who have been doing this for quite a number of years and have been successful at it, this is a good place to go. ralphshomebiz.com. And yeah, I love it. I love the mastermind support groups that they have. I love the morning trainings that we have, the Grow Rich call. And I mean, it's just a pleasure to be a part of this community. This community is really something else. So yeah, if you want to find a home-based business that you might actually love and something that pays 80% commissions, that sucker down there, something I would suggest very strongly that you check into. So that's it for now. This is Ralph signing out. Let me know in the comments down below. What kind of business are you into? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What challenges do you have in monetizing, your favorite home-based business? And yeah, find a way to monetize something that you love. If you figure that out, share it in the comments. So this is Ralph signing out. Catch you in tonight's podcast. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.